Hello and welcome back to the BWN podcast. Today, I'm joined by someone pretty special, at least in my eyes. I've got
I am flattered.
And especially towards the networks sort of things at the minute. Yeah, we've got a lot to talk about today, particularly around producers, because of course we do talk about film things sometimes on here, and it's very much a topic that is relevant, I would say, to the film industry. Because I do feel, especially from it's the viewing audience more like, I do feel this is very much an important question for someone who could just naturally watch this podcast and who isn't really on the ins and outs of the industry, who doesn't, who knows how films get made. They're just a casual cinema goer. They might not understand how valuable the role of a producer actually is. So yeah, I think today will be a pretty important discussion. But as always, how are you all feeling at home? I hope you're all doing alright this week. I hope everything's gone okay. Of course, we are massively pre-recording these, if you guys didn't know, months ahead from them coming out. It's not like the first season. This season is now very much pre-recorded in the summer. We're doing it pretty much, or very end of spring right now when we're doing this. But yeah, we'll hope that everything current affairs is alright at the minute. We hope we survive to see these episodes go out, of course. That'd be a bit awkward. But yeah, I hope everything's going alright at home. So yeah, without further ado, today's guest is Miss Georgia Dodsworth. How
Hello.
you feeling?
Quite nervous, but I'm fine. I'm okay.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Just chillax. It's okay.
Just having a yap.
See, now we usually do a fair bits and bobs behind the scenes, but no, not usually on camera.
Yeah, never on camera actually.
Yeah, you seemed about kind of weeded out when Nathan gave you a shout out on that particular episode.
He didn't give us a shout out. He shoved the camera in my face. He chased me with that camera.
But yeah, honestly, I'm going to be brutally honest. In terms of timelines, I'm not sure when this will come out. I imagine probably afterwards that episode is aired. So let's just say we can talk about it. That might be a nice way in.
Yeah.
So in terms of a current day sort of thing, there is only, I would say, one actual appearance credit, I think. It's just this, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the only thing that we've truly done is an episode of the Matthew May Show together on the new season, which is season 1, but the new edition of the show. It is currently, and well, I'm going to say this now, so I'm pretty much going to have to stick to it. It is episode 4, and it stars Mr. Nathan Ellison, who I've been trying to get onto this network for so long, and I finally pulled it off. And someone who I'd consider, especially in uni life, is particularly close to them, offered to come in and be the saviour that she is and direct this in terms of it's not exactly feature film or anything, but reality, it's still not. It's still a pretty hard task to accomplish. Getting everything, it's in terms of capturing everything right. And I would also say, rather than just skill, there were some times where you whipped it where we were just really lucky. You just happened to get like the perfect shit at the right time. So how did you find that?
It was a nice day out. I love the lakes, and to be fair, it wasn't sunny weather, but it wasn't shit weather either, so it was a decent filming day because it was funny as well. We were meant to go on the high ropes, but I think Nathan would have shot himself, so it was probably a good idea that we didn't.
It would have been good content though.
It would have been good content, but I would have been left on the floor by myself.
Just pointing it up.
Well, yeah, I'm not really the tallest of individuals either, so that would have been quite difficult for me to film, to be fair. No, but it was a good day out. I think we all enjoyed ourselves, and that lightsaber fight was probably just one of the most cinematic things I've ever filmed in my life. It was funny though. It really was.
It's over, Matthew.
Oh,
I have the high ground. I don't know that's the worst impression of him.
No, it's spot on. I'd say he's in the room, to be fair.
And yeah, of course, again, I don't know where this episode is going to fall down. He will definitely, if he hasn't already been, he will be on season 2, 100%. We're going to get him on this season of the pod.
Can I be on before him?
We will see. We don't know where this is going to fall down. But yeah, that is either out now or basically imminent. It's a very good episode. I would argue one of the best uploads of the year, and I cannot wait. And for you all, or if you already have, to see his completely unhinged nature and see why I wanted him on this for so long. Because I can only bring so much to the table here. Whatever I don't contribute to things, he brings all of it. He's living, breathing, walking charisma. So I cannot wait for this to come out at the time of recording anyway. And I just even post, even I don't think I'm going to get through post alive. That's
Oh, yeah,
it's
no.
going to be hilarious.
Yeah, no.
So yeah, that is episode 4. That will be out or is out around now. So yeah, go check that out, or obviously when it does. So yeah, that is kind of up to date. The only real thing that me and you have done, except at least on paper. Behind the scenes, we are doing a lot right now.
Yeah.
That we are essentially not addressing, because whenever this does come out, this will be probably a good time to address it. That it might be noticeable that in this actual this culture of the podcast, in the very last season, I spoke with Andrew about a project that had been announced on social media. So we could talk about it now because it had been announced. What you guys might notice retrospectively, over seeing this far into the future, is that around the time that we were talking about it, it was up. The announcement was up, but everything regarding 2026, other than the fact it is in development, has been completely pulled from social media. Which, whenever you are seeing this episode, this is the time when I'll now address that on camera. It's everything got pulled. It was a decision that we made behind closed doors, not because we're cancelling things. We don't intend to, but we just don't know exactly the nature of where things are going. In terms of there might be some changes, and we want to kind of stay true to that when 2026 rocks around. So we've kind of pulled everything down, and we're figuring everything out. But rest assured, we are working very, very hard to make sure that this happens. It's going to be pretty exciting, I would say. Very exciting to see how next year shapes up, the people who are involved in next year, and especially where the network will be after next year is unfolded. Because I think we're going to be in a very exciting place in terms of who are the key players, who do we all know and love, and that is what the network is now, which is something that's a bit ambiguous at the minute. I do generally believe we're putting out pretty quality stuff this year, but next year is going to be something else.
Yeah.
I've made a big case that this year is the best year the network's had, and I still do think it is. But it's not even a case of saying, oh well guys, next year is the new best year. It's not even like that anymore. I think next year is like another level. It's not. Yeah. It's not even comparable.
Yeah.
At least is the way things are. So no, that was probably the vaguest conversation that's ever been had on this podcast.
Yeah. Sorry.
You will understand as time goes on why we aren't saying things and how much it will mean for things going forward when it does finally reach the forefront. So, nope. Yeah. Thank you all for your patience, and we will get to you soon with all of that stuff in a few months' time. At the time this comes out. But no, today's discussion is, are producers underrated? Yeah, I don't want to answer this question in 5 seconds. Your opinion?
I think the amount of stuff that goes into being a producer is underrated. Like, there's so much shit that goes into like producing. Like, it's another level. When I started being a producer, when I started producing on student films, I didn't realise how much it was going to actually be.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much that goes in. Because I think, like, first year I just do camera. I did camera and, like, a little bit of sound, if that. But then second year I was like, oh, I'll try producing. It's so much. Like, it's so much. But I don't mind it.
Do you find it more rewarding than when you did tentacles-based stuff?
Yes. Yes and no. I don't know. I like the camera aspect of it, but I feel like I had more pressure to get like camera angles right and get it all like in frame, all in focus. But with producing, I can kind of just, like, I can't just lay it back because it is stressful.
Yeah.
But I feel like I like organising shit, so I enjoy it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I know you like your documents, that much I know.
Oh yeah, no, I love a good document, yeah. I really do.
I do the right kind of document. I think you're those well. I love me documents, and me paragraphs up the wall for in group chats.
Matthew writes novels. It's not text; they're novels. They're ridiculous.
The group chat probably hate me at this point.
Matthew, I generally feel like I'm reading like a full-on book when I read your text. It's actually insane. It's like I've got to take like 5 hours out of my day. It's mental. I've got to process it as well.
Is it not all valuable? Is it more like do you know what it is? It's more of an info desk at this point. It's not really a dialogue, but I wasn't expecting it to be because no one ever says anything about group chats. It's more of an info.
I think it's because we're all processing what you've said, to be honest. Like, you put so much into those text messages and they are valuable, but Jesus Christ. There's so much to take in from it, like, and you don't just send one. There's like 5 or 6. It's immense. I actually don't know how you type that much, to be honest.
Would the producer agree?
Thank you. Yeah, but to be fair, right, little Miss Ladybug over there, she can send an absolute whopper of a voice note. Absolute whopper.
Oh no, yeah,
And I love them.
Your turn. Humiliation.
And I love them.
Your turn. Let's do this, okay? To be fair, it's the other one who's front shade, not her, but I don't care. The voice notes from this one, insanity.
Yeah,
20 minutes.
Oh yes, I have received a 20-minute one from yourself. It's mint though. It's impressive. Really impressive.
She was not bargaining on this today.
No, she wasn't. but this is what happens when I come on.
Oh man.
Mint.
Anyway, so let's talk about it. What do we actually do? Because I think a way to start with that is not to say what a producer does. It's best to say what a director doesn't. Because when you actually explain it and break it down, because I've learned this biggest thing. The biggest thing I got wrong, I don't know if I've said this on the pod, but the biggest thing that I got wrong coming here was realising how much of the director's job is actually the cinematographer's. I got mixed up with the two of them. It's very much a partnership I've found between cinematography and directing. The directing is actually I think the director's very actors focused.
Yeah.
And also just a creative driving force, particularly in production on set.
Oh yeah.
They're a driving force. But then you could also say the producer is too.
Yeah.
So, but that's like the whole process. So it really is. It's like there's no. I know this sounds horrendous, and like especially when you've got a true Hollywood production, let's say like Doomsday that they've currently got on the way.
Yeah.
I know this sounds so difficult to wrap your head around, but honestly, I've found this to be my opinion of the whole culture of like, there really is no right or wrong way to do it. There are some directors who have more producer tendencies. There are more producers who have very creative tendencies. You've got producers who are fully suits, who do nothing creative. Yeah. There's complete overlap constantly. Yeah. So it really is between, I would say, writing, directing, producing, and cinematography. Between those four roles, there's a lot of overlap sometimes.
100%.
And maybe not writing and cinematography, but you get what I'm trying to say. Like they're all like, there's that just creativity. It's just a massive melding pot. You've got the technical people who are purely just there to do their jobs. Even editors, really. Yeah. It's like editors, I'd say, are definitely more creative than the technical side.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
But it really is them four people who are really at the top of that crew list are just it's a big melding pot of ideas a lot of the time. At least when I found at student level. Yeah. So I think directing is directing sort of a creative steward on set particularly, but very much an actor's person, which the producer isn't. That's one thing I'd say the producer doesn't do. Work heavily with the actors. Yeah. Cinematography, again, works heavily with the director. And a lot when I thought about shot types and ways to frame things, ideas might come from the director, but how it's actually achieved is usually cinematographer's job. Yeah. So not every shot the director has to have knuckled down. That a lot of it could come from the cinematographer. That's what I mean by the just blurred lines. Yeah. It's a lot of back and forth. And with producing, I think there really is two sides to it, where you've got a very creative producer and you've got a very suit-based producer with paperwork and all that kind of thing. And then you obviously got people in the middle. So what have you found specifically that a producer does, and why do you find that appealing on a student level?
I just like organising a production. I like helping a director like get the vision they want. Like on our latest one, the virtual production one, I think we spent a lot of like time and money trying to get it as good as what it was. Mm-hmm. I think you could see from the amount of like time and effort and money that was put into it. But that was like a lot of like going backwards and forwards with like all the crew, like especially directors being like, right, what do we need? What do you want? Like a lot of producers don't like being on set, but I love it because then I get to see like what's happening and how it runs. Because I think it's helpful. You can't be a producer and not see what's going on in your production. Yeah. Which I get it because some people aren't creative, but at the same time, you need to see what's going on in your production. Yeah. Otherwise, you'll be getting updates and you'll be like, wait, like that wasn't happening the last time I checked up, or like there'll be no communication, which just like plummets your production into the floor realistically. Yeah.
Yeah, that's something I'm worried about going forward, in the sense of there might actually be in a situation where I am unable to be there on set when something's getting done because I have to be somewhere else. Yeah. That is quite terrifying to me, but it's honestly a very big likelihood in the next 12 months for me. Yeah. With that, I would agree, definitely. I think that it's very much... You're the facilitator.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's a case of making sure everyone's happy, making sure everyone can do their jobs. A lot of the times, and this is not this is not meant to be in any kind of derogatory way to the rest of the crew. It is a lot like mothering at times. It's like making sure that everyone's happy, everyone's taken care of, and that everyone is, it's a functioning working environment.
Yeah, that's my main thing on a production. Like, I just want people to be comfortable. I actually want people to come to set. I don't want them to be like, oh fuck's sake, I've got to go and do that stupid film again. Like, I just want them to be comfortable and want them to actually come in, because then it gets done quicker and we can all work together as a group. Yeah. And it makes it a better production, realistically, if we all get on. Yeah.
No, definitely. Okay, so here's a big one. In light of directors and what we've talked about with them being sort of the creative visionaries, especially on a Hollywood level, why do you think, in terms of producers' roles, because essentially I would argue that if you've got if you have both a terrible, I'd say a terrible producer and director, your film is tanked. In very rare cases, if you've got a very good director, you can get by. Yeah. They will pick up slack where others have failed. But I would argue, to do a truly special film, you need both of them to do well. Yeah. Why do you think respect, essentially, for producers, especially sort of just audience recognition, just everyday moviegoers, why do you think it's quite diminished? Like, people don't talk about producers all that much.
I think it's because I don't really say what's going on behind the scenes. Because obviously, realistically, you can't have a film without the crew. Like, you need the crew to make that film, and obviously they're gonna get a lot more recognition because they've made that film. With you couldn't have a producer doing camera, sound, editing, all of that. Well, you could if you really wanted to, but not in a big sense. You couldn't make the Avengers without the camera, without all of the crew. But I just think it's because it's not talked about that much. Obviously you got the director's vision, you've got the cinematographer getting everything they need to, you've got the sound, obviously getting all the audio. Thank you, Ladybug. And the producers, they don't go unnoticed, but they go unspoken of, because again they're just not really, they're not acknowledged. But obviously everyone just focuses on the creative people, which is fair enough, because you need them, you really need them.
I don't know how much you're sort of tuned in with mainstream industry and that sort of thing. What have you heard about when it comes to producers? What's your experience hearing about them? Is there anyone you know in particular?
Can I be genuinely honest? No. Nah.
Again, this is just such a basic bitch answer, but I really have appreciated the job a lot more, and I understood it a lot more when I really focused on it. Yeah. Having grown up with certain franchise and understanding Kevin Feige. Because I think there's certain similarities where I'm like, yeah, I do think this is why I can't truly say, oh, I'm a director. I don't think I am.
Yeah, I'm not gonna come on here and say I'm a producer, because I've produced 2 films. I'm gonna say 2 or 3. No, did the Gorilla, and then this one probably they're the only 2 I've done, and I had Little Miss Ladybug over there helping us through Gorilla, because I don't think we would have got through that film without helping each other, because that was a lot, and so was this one. This one was a lot, but you learn. We're in uni, we're here to learn. I think we all set an expectation for ourselves because we look at I don't know, Kubrick and I'm not gonna say Tim Burton, but I love Tim Burton, so I am gonna say Tim Burton.
And whoever made Outer Banks.
Yes. and Mamma Mia. But we all compare ourselves to that, and we can't do that. Genuinely, if you do that, you're fucking yourself over, because you're setting really high expectations. At the end of the day, we're learning. That's what we're here for. We can produce a shit film, make a shit film, but you learn from it, so it's fine as long as you learn something from it. Then it's a positive.
And when a film turns out badly, who do you think takes the fall for it? Obviously it's obvious if it's specific reason as to why it was shit. That's obvious. But let's say everything overall is not that great. Is it the writer or director for making a poor story, or is it the producer for not keeping tabs on it and potentially rehiring somebody?
Well, I had a lecturer turn to me and said, Georgia, as long as you get this film in, you've done your job. And I was like, yeah, right, fair enough. But sometimes I don't think it's the producer's fault. I think it's a group problem. But I think I'm not going to say that. I don't know actually, because you could say it's the director's fault or like the scriptwriter's fault for making not a shit story, but like a poor story. Could say it's a camera person's fault for not focusing or not getting the angles right. But I think it's mainly the producer's fault because obviously they haven't kept up with the production. They haven't got reshoots if need be. They just haven't facilitated it right.
I think there's a certain... Sometimes you can't always properly field test people when it comes to directors. So here's what I will say, applying it in my own life. I would say if the director tanks the film, I'd argue that's maybe not the producer's fault. If the writer and it's the story quality is what's tanked it, I would say that's the producer's fault because I wouldn't take the script ready, confirmed, locked, like, yes, I'm happy with this. You're essentially cracking the champagne and send the ship out of water. That thing should not go into production until the script is locked. And when it is, you are happy with the quality. So if it goes out and it's shit before you even walk onto set, that's an avoidable problem. But sometimes you don't have the luxury of time when you've got to have it done for X date and you've got the director in position. You don't always have the luxury of swapping somebody else out, especially at our stage. You don't have the luxury of doing that. So, particularly in uni, you can't just say, right, I want you now. Once people are in, usually they stay in their jobs. So, yeah, that really I think it really comes down to potentially pre-production and then when the cameras have stopped rolling. I think there's only so much a producer can do when it's in the heat of the fire, but I think it's very much getting it ready to poison it to be the best thing possible before production begins, and then potentially a bit of damage control and picking up the pieces if it didn't go so well in production. I think it's very much it's kind of those two, because that's really where their job comes in, like post-production then distribution. It really does become an important part. Whereas in production, it really does feel like somebody else's baby. Like they're in there, they're loving what they're doing. It's that sort of thing. You've said you like being on set, but there is a bit of attachment there.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
You don't feel like you don't feel like you're the one doing it. It's like you've done all you can. It's like one of them animal or horse races or whatever. It's like you've made the most strategic bets you possibly could.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you're not the jockey riding it.
Yeah, no. You don't want to... Well, I personally don't want to interfere with someone else's story. Like, I'm not going to be a producer on set and then go to the directors and be like, nah, that's shit, actually, can we change it? Like, it's their story. I'm not the creative behind it. I'm just the kind of... What's it? I'm just the person that oversees it, realistically.
Yeah.
I'm not going to fuck with someone else's story.
In terms of credit, because we'll be kind of torn and going down this line with it, in terms of credit in industry and the way things are kind of sorted out, and not just literally, but also public opinion, do you think all these things are justified the way it's set up and kind of public awareness around it, or do you think certain things need to change? Because obviously I think we made a valid point that the producer's role is very much diminished in the public eye. But do you think other areas should change as well? Like from someone who obviously now witnesses actively everyone's participation on set.
I think some crew roles need a bit more appreciation than what they actually get. Like the amount of stuff again that like goes into sound is unbelievable. Like I didn't realise how much went into back end sound editing as well. Like when I've sat in the editing room, like when we've been editing the films, I didn't realise how much actually goes into it. It's mental. I couldn't edit a film. One, I don't have the patience. Two, I wouldn't know where to start. I'd be YouTubing everything. Like, I just wouldn't know where to start. I think directors as well, like they get a lot of credit, but it's really nice to like watch directors make like their vision up, and it's nice to see them actually doing it as well. That's why I like being on set. I like watching everyone make like the film and make the vision that we've worked like so hard planning, and then it actually gets filmed and you're like, right, I've been able to watch that happen. It's really nice.
Do you think, in terms of the media itself, like outside the public eye, do you think in terms of media shows and award ceremonies potentially, do you think there's enough love for the producers there?
Can I be honest? I don't really watch a lot of awards shows, but is there a producer category?
So this is the interesting thing. To my knowledge and what I know about the Oscars, for example, there isn't.
Oh, well, that's shocking then.
But their win is Best Picture because it's their film.
Ah.
So rather than Best Director, there is no Best Producer as far as I know. But I believe Best Picture is their glory moment. If they win Best Picture, I did that. I produced the best. This Best Picture would not have happened. I hired the director. This wouldn't have happened without me. So it's kind of like, as well as I think they should get a bit of roses for any film of theirs that gets nominated.
Yeah.
Because whatever crew, so what we call them behind the scenes, we call them the front line. Anyone who's been hired to do a job, who isn't in management, those kind of positions. I think if any win's been made, I think there's definitely some roses that should be sent their way. But I do feel that it would be nice to have a producer category in its own right.
Yeah. Realistically, when they win Best Picture, though, is it the director that talks? Or is it the producer?
Again, I think that's a bit of a mix because you could have
like,
the
it
producer,
depends,
you could have
on
the
the
director.
film.
If the producers, obviously, they've got to be a people person to make a film that size happen.
Yeah.
But maybe they don't want to be the one who speaks in front of millions watching.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't want to be the person doing that. It could even be the stars who talk on Best Picture, which I believe. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I think Everything Everywhere All at Once. I think I don't know. I just have this kind of memory in my head of the Daniels talking during that, who directed it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't think of the top of my head an instance where who's done what during that speech.
Yeah.
But it does seem like if there's any producer glory in an award ceremony, that's where it is.
It's that.
Do you personally, as a producer now, in a modern sense, we're young students growing up, do you personally, as a producer, because I think this, I think despite the fact that we get no love, I think it really is, in terms of accolades, I think it's actors and producers who really care about it.
Yeah.
Do you actually care about accolades growing up now?
Yeah, I mean, I'm new to the whole producer shit. Like, it's, like, as you say, they don't really, when I was, like, a kid watching films, I'd be like, oh, so-and-so directed that. Like, I love Tim Burton. I was like, oh, any film that's Tim Burton's, I'll watch that. But I'm not like, oh, so-and-so's produced this, I'll go and watch that. Like, they go unnoticed, but I think I appreciate, like, a lot more now that I've produced a film.
Yeah.
Like, I know, like, you feel a lot more appreciation towards it because, like, you've done it.
Yeah. Yeah,
so I've got a lot more because I know how much work goes into it. And it's a lot. It's stressful. But it's fun.
Yeah.
So it's alright.
Cool. So then, let's see what's next on here.
How can you read that? Sorry.
I've got good eyes.
I don't.
Oh, this is an interesting one.
Oh dear.
Thanks, Ladybug, for this. This is a real spicy question.
Oh, what?
How do you navigate ego, credit, and collaboration in creative partnerships? I'm just going to let that one sit.
Who wrote that question? Right. We'll be having words.
Just gonna let that one sit. Take your time.
Oh, fucking hell. In our year group, there was a lot of people who are very confident individuals.
That is Diplomat 101. Bravo. Very confident individuals.
No, they are, though. I'm not wrong. They are very, very confident, and as they should be. I am not one of those. I don't know why I chose producer, because obviously it's like the head of the production. I couldn't control a room if I tried. Like, I know I don't seem it, but I'm a very quiet and, like, shy. You're giving me a look. Think first year.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I never had a conversation. I didn't know you existed in first year.
I knew Matthew's name. I just never seen him before in my life.
Yeah,
in first year.
Phantom, I come and go.
I didn't speak to anyone in first year. Well, I did. No, I didn't. But there's a lot of confident people in our year, and I can't Yes. And I and I just can't, like, I can't control a room if I try. I don't like being a bell end. I don't like shouting. I just can't control a room when there's other confident members in the room, because I know they can just speak a little bit and they can just control a room like that, like no problem. How do I navigate it? I don't really. I just I just kind of go to these people and I'm like, oh, by the way, I just need this done. Like, yeah, and then they just announce it to the rest. I'm like, yeah, that's fine.
I'd really appreciate it if you just stop being a dick for like 5 minutes.
Well, I kind of like let all my steam off to a member of the crew, and then
pick your favourite and then just vent.
Yes. And then like I'll go up and be like, oh look, can I just say this? But I can't get control of a room. Genuinely, like, speaking in a room full of people is my worst nightmare. It's awful. A presentation in uni sends me west. It's generally, I don't know how you spoke to a room, like a cinema full of people like that. My heart would have dropped in my arse. I would have run out that room. I don't know how you do it. But
I didn't want to, trust me.
Yeah, but I couldn't. I think I would have perished on the floor. I wouldn't have made it. I couldn't have, like, not at all. But expand on credit and collaboration, because I feel like I've not navigated the ego bit, but I've kind of just like went around it.
Well, okay. Should I bring down the hammer then, as a very confident individual?
Right. No, I'm not saying people in our year have big egos. I'm just saying they are confident. Like, yeah. When someone's confident in their abilities in this year group, they are confident, and as they should be.
Cool.
Because if you're good at it and you know you're good at it, show it off.
Right.
You might as well.
Okay. Right. How do I chip in? How do I deal with egos? I don't. Fuck 'em.
You know what?
That's.
You know what? Straight to the point, and that's fair enough.
That is, honestly, it's. Do you know what the biggest thing I appreciate as a producer? Because I'm gonna be honest. That's who I am now. And if I'd said in A level in year 12 and 13 that you're going to be a producer, I might have been sick on the floor. I thought it was the most boring suit and tie, non-creative, just slog of a life you could possibly ask for in this industry. Yeah. And the more I do it, I'm like, to me, it feels like duty. It's like the producer sometimes is when no one else is willing to take on that fight. You're the one who has to, because without it, the project would not get over the line. And the more I've done it, and the more I've greenlit, and the more that has to happen, the more I realise, oh shit. I wake up one morning, I'm like, oh shit, I'm not directing anymore. Anything, because I don't have time. Yeah. And before you know it, oh no, I can't say I'm a director anymore because I'm not. And it's about time. It's the biggest thing that I value in this job. It is completely time. What you have time to do, where you can distribute your efforts, and what you have the time to deal with. People is not on that list.
Yeah, no.
At least once you're at a certain scale of the job, and you're operating on a level where you're spending most of your life doing X, Y, and Z, you start to notice patterns with people. Yeah. And if those people are bothering you, you don't work with them. I have a perfect method of what I call just exclusion, which is
back in secondary school.
Because I don't. Despite whatever you might think of me behind closed doors, right? When we've worked together, I don't consider myself a confrontational person.
I wouldn't consider you a confrontational person.
I just exclude. So when someone's annoyed me to a point, I kind of just brush things under the rug, and they just don't get a call about something else again. And yes, it takes a bit longer than biting the bullet and just telling them. Yeah. But what you realise is that, oh yeah, 6 months have passed and I'm actually not doing anything with it anymore. Yeah. And then eventually something comes through where it's like one conversation or anything, and it's more like where, oh, okay, so no, it was good what we did. And I start talking in past tense. Yeah. And there you go, it's fizzled out. I fizzle things out, but I do it as quickly as I can. It's exclusion. I like to be that community member who is or community leader who is kind of just non-confrontational but deals with problems efficiently and pretty. Maybe that's not an efficient way of doing it, but it's very simple, and it's done gracefully. That's what it is. It's done in a way that causes as least emotional damage as possible.
That caused me emotional damage, Matthew. What the fuck was that? That really caught me off guard.
Because the sentence came into my head and I was like, I can't not. So.
Well, whatever people may think, I'm not a people person. And I think people could tell... Oh, shit, sorry. People could tell that from first year. I didn't speak to a soul.
Especially not on the road.
Oh. Yeah.
I'm sorry. BWN TV at the time of recording launches today. Like within hours of us recording this, BWN TV after years finally launches. I have said to this one, I would happily greenlight a show of her in the car, just reacting with the traffic. I would pay to watch it.
Right, context, I have really bad road rage, and every now and then I send a voice note while I'm driving, and every now and then there may be someone on the road that pisses me off. And
it's not voice notes, it's calls. The calls are immaculate.
Oh, yeah, no, the calls are fucking mint. But
caught live in the act.
No, generally, just people pisses off on the road. If you can't drive, get off the fucking road. I don't understand how some people can drive. It's genuinely mental. I had a few on the way here this morning. It really, really bugged us. But I kind of kept my mouth shut on that one, so it's fine.
Okay, Georgia.
Oh dear.
You lose your licence today and you have to resit it. Are you passing?
Yes. Yes. I passed my test. I passed my test second time with 0 minors.
I think so, at least very few. Like I think I have very, very few. I don't know. I think I had maybe 2. I didn't have many. Didn't have many at all. But yeah, same like you. I was a second timer.
Yeah, no. My first time I got the easiest route, and I failed because I was pulling away from I think it was an emergency stop, and this stupid fucking taxi overtook us. And then this silly...
I'm really nervous about this podcast. This is the Georgia I know. I knew this was the conversation starter.
Well, yeah, the silly little bitch that was doing my fucking driving exam, she failed us because apparently I was... what's the word? I was affecting traffic. No, I wasn't. The taxi driver was just being an impatient arsehole at 8 o'clock in the morning. That wasn't my fault. But she's just lost her job, so I'm not really too arsed.
Oh, well...
It just shows, doesn't it?
Oh, well, I'll tell you what, it's completely unrelated, by the way. Do you want a bit of gas that's just unrelated to this whatsoever?
Go on then.
A driving story. Okay. So I had a few instructors. The second of which, because I had 3. I moved on from the first one for various reasons. But the second one, who I was with, he got done in legally.
Oh.
Like got done in. What can I say here?
Matthew's not going to sit and watch it, is he?
He got done for, I believe, again, I'm not saying who it is, so it doesn't really matter. It's just a random story. I'm not saying who it is, so I'm not confirming or denying or anything. They got done for video or photos. I don't know which one it was.
Oh dear.
In the aquatic centre. In the showers.
Oh.
And not turned up for lessons. What's happening? Because I think they were going through a bad time. At least I was saying they were like really...
Right, yeah, you can be going through a bad time and not video people in the fucking aquatic centre.
That's what we're saying. They're on the ropes. That's what I knew. They were really on the ropes in life, right? That's what I knew. They were really on the ropes in life, like to the point where I thought, like really not great. So weren't turned up for lessons. And I was like, okay, he just hadn't shown up. What's happening? Ring company, which I was about to say. Ring service for passing driving lessons. Ring the company. What's happening? Oh, you're right. Okay, we've sent somebody over around his house. We're going to see what's happening. And yeah, it develops. And turns out we're pretty sure that this company knew the entire time what was going on and why they were not showing up for lessons. Because the first we heard of it was in the Echo.
Oh, not the Echo. Oh dear.
Sent via somebody from the Echo, so who'd seen it in the thing. So yeah. So after everything with confidence issues, because I was a wreck during lessons until I started getting half good, Yeah, absolute angel who came out of nowhere, a friend of my mum's. I ended up having to learn in my car. I was with them because my test was booked, and then this was going on.
Ooh.
My second test, it was booked. It was hard enough to get them because of COVID backlog.
Yeah.
It was booked, and this is what happened weeks before. So I didn't have an instructor anymore.
Jesus
so she came out of
Christ.
the woodwork, absolute gem, and I was having to learn in my car, the Mini, or Mastermobile for sure.
The Mastermobile.
I don't use the name anymore, okay? It's just funny, right?
What, you actually called your car that at one point? Matthew. Oh dear. Oh, that's rough.
With friends, not publicly.
Well, it's fucking publicly now, isn't it? How much did you pay for your driving lessons?
I can't remember.
I remember my mate used to pay like 380 quid for 10. I was like, do you get a fucking...
I think it was in bursts as well, like me, I paid in sets. But it was, but basically I got the end, she came in very last minute. I then had to learn from scratch again in my car.
Ooh.
And I passed in my car. And the fact that I managed to do it, I couldn't do it again. I was like, this is really, like, it'd been such a long ordeal. But side story, my driving instructor got done in for being a perv, so...
A pool pedo. That's a bit ropey. That's ropey, that.
Not right. Okay. They were grown. It was not a child thing, to my knowledge.
That doesn't make it any better.
No, it doesn't make it any better. I know, but it's just that's not what happened. I don't think it is. I don't even know that much. But I'll put it this way: I heard what I needed to hear, and I don't really want to know about it otherwise. I kind of just no. That was an era. Let it
mental.
go. But yeah, pretty crazy.
Well, my driving instructor lived 4 doors down from me and still drove to my house to come pick us up. And he's lovely. I still see him every day. He's called John. He's my little queen. I think he's retired from doing driving, but now, like, he only costs us £180 for 10 hours. That's cheap as fuck. My mates were paying like 380 quid for 10. Mental.
Should we segue this back into producing?
I mean, yeah, we can.
Driving!
Well, it's because you mentioned my road rage, that's why.
Driving! Oh, how do you feel about it?
About what?
Not my favourite part of the job.
What, driving?
Yeah.
Veronica, I love you, but if I have to chauffeur around 3 more dining room chairs in my life, I will generally crash my car. Actually, no, I won't. I love that car. I'll honestly. Oh, you know what my car is a Vauxhall Adam. It's quite a small car, as Nathan calls it, a toolbox. And doesn't look like a toolbox, by the way. 3 dining room chairs in my car with one literally on Veronica. The back of it was going over our head, and like the actual chair bit was on our knee. Now, how we didn't get pulled over by the police, insane. We did that. Well, we had 8 shooting days, so I did that drive 16 times. It was horrendous. Me and Nathan were the only 2 that could drive. Peace and love to Nathan, but he only did 1 journey. so it was me doing a lot of it. I appreciate the 1 journey. But it's not my favourite part of the job. I love driving, but being the equipment and prop mover, not a fan. Not a fan. Trying to jigsaw piece 3 chairs in my car was one of the most stressful things. It was the worst part of this production, actually. It was awful.
I don't mind it when it's... do you know when it's my own network? When it's network, I will fill the thing to the brim.
Oh,
it is uni when it frustrates me, because I think a tendency I've found with... Do you know, right, not even just certain individuals, there's a culture as a whole, right? So that's how I think it's relevant. I'm not shit talking because I think it's like a collective mindset.
Mm-hmm.
I think people are very resourceful. The industry coded ones, where most people are, because why else would you be on this course if you weren't going for industry? That's a bit of hypocritical coming from me, but you know what I mean. It's like the industry coded ones, they're very resourceful.
Yeah.
It's a good skill to have, but it does also mean that if a resource is there, they're going to use it.
Yeah.
Which is, aka people with licenses.
Yeah.
It's going to be used, and I have no fear in saying that it will be used. I'm not a fan of how it's been used, and how I'd say potentially taken for granted. But that is just the way it is sometimes.
Yeah.
And I have felt that so far at uni. But with my own stuff, I almost feel like, well, yeah, it's my burden to carry. But I don't really even see it as a burden. I'm just packing the car with my kit for my production and I'm going.
Yeah.
It's when it's other people's productions, it's the taken for granted part that pisses me off. It's else I wouldn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be that bothered. But it did feel that way. So it's and yeah, I do say that other people like yourself, it's like, I think if you've got a license at a student level, especially on a creative subject, it's sometimes very much taken advantage of. Not maliciously.
Oh, yeah,
These are resourceful people. But that's what resourceful people do sometimes.
Yeah, I think if you've got a license, very, very helpful. My car has never been more packed than for our Gorilla film. My car, genuinely, that's probably why the suspension on the back of my car was fucked. I had 4 C-stands covering my handbrake. Very dangerous, by the way.
Them C-stands damaged the inside of my car.
The chairs scratched the inside of my boot, so that's fine. I had 4 C-stands, 2 boxes of tungsten light, or was it 1? It was 1, I think it was 1 or 2. I had so much shit in the back of my car, it was actually insane. We had someone else helping us. I've got a picture of it somewhere. It's insane. It was awful. Like, we were unloading it in like Finn and Alex's flat, but like Finn and Alex hadn't got there, so I was just sat with all this equipment in my car, and I was like, oh god, if someone looks in my car right now, I'm gonna look insane. But my car was generally like, the back of it was on the floor and the rest of it was up in the air. It was awful, and my handbrake's not the strongest anyway. But I had to lift the C-stands up and then put my handbrake on, which was so dangerous, by the way. I'll never do that again. It was awful. It was shocking, actually. But yeah, please get a license. It's very, very helpful.
Yes.
Very helpful.
Yeah, I'd say. Right, I don't know, because honestly, I'd actually argue it's equally important. I think for producers, it's gear. On small scale producers like ourselves, I think it's gear. I also think it's incredibly important for technical roles as well.
Yeah.
Not for gear, but for transport.
Yeah.
So they can make shoots, because I think the one thing about technical people, for as much as we sometimes get taken for granted because we have a license at this stage, I think once everyone does usually have a license around probably 5-10 years from now, the technical people also get taken for granted as well, because that's how industry works. And the reason why is because they're not the creatives, they're just the worker guys with the hard hats on set getting it done. Because they're those people, they could be, for jobs, expected to go up and down to the country to do jobs. So a license is very, very important. That is one thing we've learned at uni. To those of you maybe who aren't in the position to have, like, you know, higher education like this, where you don't have people telling you all these things down, ramming them down your throat, one thing we have been told is you need a license. So if you want to work in the creative industries, that is definitely something I'd advise. Yeah,
but to be fair, getting your license is so expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's genuinely, it's so expensive. Like, my lessons weren't that expensive at all. My car, extortionate. It's not even like a new car. It cost me quite a bit. It's a lot. And then you got to do your theory test, which is, how much is that, like 60? Is it 60 quid?
That's been too long. I don't know.
We'll say it's 60 quid. Your test is 64. If you fail that, you've got to do it again. Depends on how many times you fail your test. It's so much money.
Yeah.
So just save up and get it, because it's worth it.
I was going to say, because in terms of saving, like, I understand it's a lot of money, but I would also say there's definitely a trade-off, because I think there's so many places you can get with it. So I think it is definitely worth the investment.
Oh yeah, it's so worth it, but at the time you will cry because of how expensive it is.
Personal freedom. I wasn't even that confident. I wasn't even that confident. Now, that shoot itself.
Yeah.
Going to the lakes with you guys.
Yeah.
It's stuff like that that's really trained me this year. Late last year and this year.
Yeah.
That Matthew May show where one of them I took the train. Beamish is quite close to home. But the other 3, genuinely, primarily Keswick, and going out of my way to, like, places like going to the Winlatter Forest and going to places in the Lake District that, you know, like that awful village with, like, you know, that tight corner.
Oh my god!
Like, where it was like a true Lake District road.
Yeah.
Like, I'd never really done that side of the lakes before. I'd only gone to one location and then gone back.
Yeah.
I hadn't actually navigated around the lakes before, like splitting off from where I would go to Keswick instead.
Yeah.
Like that's what. But also Whitby. Like, a clueless place which I didn't know where to go to.
Yeah.
Sat nav and all of it, and it's really giving me confidence massively. I'm all coffee today.
Oh.
But yeah, it's really giving me confidence in that sense.
Yeah.
So, in platforms like TikTok and YouTube and social media, of course, very relevant to the network. Do you think it changes how people view producers in this new current age of things, like how we are doing it on a sort of a, would you say grassroots? Is that how you see it? On our sort of level, or at least low budget. That'll count.
I don't know. I have like a crippling addiction to TikTok. I'm not even gonna lie. My screen time on that's disgusting. Like I'll be on it. I'll swipe off it, then I'll click straight back on it. It's awful. And I'm like, why the fuck did I go off it in the first place?
Brain rot
know.
human.
What?
Brain rot human.
Oh mate, my TikTok's not full of that.
Bumble deal, crocodile.
I'm trying to read one of the questions and I generally... I think like TikTok, YouTube and like... I'm not going to say... No, I'll say Twitch. I haven't watched Twitch in ages. And that's so different to like what we're doing. Like I know like Nick says we've got like social media language and shit. But like what's... like what's on TikTok, YouTube and like shit like that. I know a lot of them are high production on YouTube. Like the production on some YouTube videos is actually insane. I don't mean to bring him up, but Willany, right? I love watching his videos because I follow his producer on Instagram, and she always like updates like how much they like spent, where they go, and how they do it, and it's a lot. Like he spends at least like 20 grand on a video. Which
He mustn't post much then.
he doesn't. He's not on his main channel. His second channel, he just sits down with James Marriott and just yaps on. But his main channel ones, he goes to like, I think he went to like 7 countries in his last one and like tried loads of restaurants. So there's so much that goes into some YouTube videos. TikTok, some of them just repost films and put like a video of someone playing Subway Surfers above it, and then they go on with your day.
With producers on that level with YouTube, what we're doing, do you think high production is that kind of whole idea of it? Do you think that is literal, or do you think it's a mentality? Because if you say mentality, I think next year is.
Oh yeah.
I do. If it's literal, well, no, we're going to keep it as cheap as possible. But if it's a mentality, I'd argue that it is. That's the level we'll be at in the next 12 months.
I think... I don't know, actually. Ooh. I think it's a bit of both.
Yeah.
Maybe. Because obviously you want to keep things as cheap as you possibly can. Like, for this virtual production shoot, we went well over budget. I think we set a budget of... I think it was like a tenner each, and there was 12 of us. We spent £225.
Yikes.
Yeah, a lot of money. However, I think the payoff, it's not 225, but it's up there, because we had a lot of like physical shit in this set, which a lot of that physical shit is currently set either in my kitchen or my bedroom, because I paid. But I don't know. I think mentality, because obviously you need to be mental to be a producer. Like you need to have like a certain love for stress, I think.
That is the best description I've ever heard.
You do?
You've just got to love just your entire insides hurting.
You've got to love like being on the verge of a constant heart attack. Like I don't personally, because I don't know why I'm doing it. But I just think it's a bit of both. You've just got to have that balance of being mental, but then obviously wanting to spend not that much money. I just think YouTube's a different ballpark to TikTok, because TikTok's just people like yapping on, but it's funny. YouTube's like you can either have a really high production video or like a really really shit one. There's no in between.
What I like is that YouTube can be anything you want to be. I think YouTube's got charm. You could have so many different content types on YouTube and it works.
Yeah.
I think TikTok, I'd argue, is actually manufactured. I'd argue TikTok
It is.
You've got to go for a certain style in a certain presentation and even if you do a bit of niche content, you've still got to kind of cater to it in some way.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a code.
Yeah.
Whereas you could say algorithm on YouTube, a lot of things in niche areas can get on the algorithm in those niches. You can be whoever you want to be on YouTube as long as you kind of accept the code.
Yeah.
You've got to be the code on TikTok. There's no option. If you want to be successful on TikTok, you've got to follow a certain way.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Which I think is something that's a lot more constrained as a producer to manage, which is why I'm not interested.
Yeah, fuck that.
So
Absolutely not.
Okay. Does a producer have to stay behind the scenes in your opinion, or do you think they should share a bit more of the limelight? Like Feige, for example, who gets a lot of flowers. Maybe not nowadays, but yeah.
They should definitely share it. Nathan, why are you calling me? Why are you ringing me?
He's like, Jaja.
Call ended.
This is me from the future. I'm watching your podcast.
Wouldn't shock us. Sorry, please. Oh yeah, no. I think they should have a bit more limelight. Because at the end of the day, they're helping making it, aren't they? They're not the dog's bollocks, but they are the big overseers. As much as the director helps make it, they are not the main person, but they're up there.
Yeah. In terms of this question here, I would say that in terms of a producer who's had more of the limelight than the directors and that sort of thing, I would argue that Feige is the only example I can think of where people associate Kevin Feige with Marvel, and maybe like who directed Captain Marvel, for example. All I know is I don't even know their names. I know it was a boy and a girl who directed Captain Marvel. It was a duo. It was a duo who did it.
Yeah.
Again, Kevin Feige. I don't even know the directors' names, but I know it was Kevin Feige who produced it.
Yeah, I also think it's weird when like the actors are in on the producing. I know this is a really like niche.
Like Cruise.
Yeah. Well, that's fucking different. That's Tom Cruise.
But it's also I feel like Mission's his baby, so I think it does make sense he produces it.
Yeah,
I think he co-produces it with McQuarrie, who, if you didn't know, has directed the last 4. So like Rogue Nation for this one.
Yeah, you can't really you can't have a Mission Impossible without Tom Cruise. I can't lie, and I say this, and I haven't watched any of them.
You really should.
I love Tom Cruise.
I know that's a hypocritical because I've seen fuck all, but like seriously, like I'm really pleased though. I love, especially since I've got into it since like Rogue Nation, but Fallout particularly, like the McQuarrie ones, this new one, and the last 3 before it. Please, they're so good. My
favourite film of all time is Top Gun, and I know many people have many different opinions about it, but I love Top Gun.
Did you like the new one?
Yes. Miles Teller, genuinely, Miles Teller and Glenn Powell and Tom Cruise are like, if they make a third one, buzzing. But if they ruin it, I'll be fuming.
No, he's honestly just such a good actor, you know. Like the stuff he's been in is just incredible. Like just the classics that he's been a part of: Top Gun Maverick, Whiplash, Fantastic Four, 2015. Oh my
god, Footloose. You've got opinions on Footloose. I fucking love Footloose.
No, you just completely missed the joke.
I wasn't listening, to be honest.
I meant Teller, and I was saying Fantastic Four.
Give over.
I'm genuinely looking forward to this new one. I am, because I can't say I can't say that I'm not aware of it because I was a kid when the 15 one came out, so I can't say it's my first run-in with the Fantastic Four. It's not. We just act like that last one didn't happen, and I did. And to be fair, around the same time, I was watching the 2005 and 2007. I think the second one was. I was watching them on DVD when I was a kid. Same as Incredible Hulk, same as Iron Man. So I can't really say I haven't seen it, but it'd be nice now to get into the new Fantastic Four because I'm genuinely looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm not really a Marvel girly, I can't lie.
Get out. Well,
no, I've watched the big ones, I just haven't.
Define big ones. What are the ones that are too small?
Well, Nick's favourite, Endgame. All of Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I've watched Andrew Garfield's.
I wonder why.
Matthew, don't lie to yourself. He's a beautiful man.
I don't know. Okay, I guess.
He's lying. I did like a proper like Jim staring at the camera there.
Oh man.
In the others.
Right, okay. Last one before our game.
Ooh.
If there's one thing you'd want people to know about producing, one thing you want people to know about what they're getting in for, other than it being a stress ball, which is what you've. But no, the stress ball's an opposite of what it is. Other than just the mountain of stress, is there anything concrete you could say to people about, okay, you're getting into this life, even on a student level, what should you expect producing something?
Oh, it's a lot of organising. It's a lot of sending emails. You need a lot of space on your computer for all the fucking documents you've got. You need to have a bit of confidence. I think producing's really helped me with my confidence. Like, with actually talking to people. Because like I said, I didn't talk to anyone in the first year. I said the occasional word to, like, Nathan, or... I didn't talk to Ladybug in the first year. I said the occasional word to Veronica. Didn't know who you were. I didn't really speak to a lot of people, but like the second year, like I think I've spoke to everyone now.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've got like a connection with everyone. You just need to be able to build relationships with people, and I'm not a people person, like, at all. But genuinely just you need to have a bit of care about you as well. Like, the director's problem is to keep the actors happy. Your role is to keep everyone else happy. Like,
Yeah.
You need to care for your crew. You just make sure that everyone's comfortable. So, like, if there's a problem, they can come to you.
Yeah.
Like, that's the biggest thing for me. I want people to be comfortable enough to, like, come to me and be like, oh, look, Georgia, there's, like, can I just go and have 5 minutes? I'll be like, yeah, sound, go. Like, I just want people to be comfortable, and I want people to enjoy themselves. So you need to be able to create a safe environment for everyone. Because that's the most important thing to me. As long as a film gets done and people are comfortable, that's all I care about, to be honest.
Great.
Yeah.
Me, I would say the biggest thing you need to accept, because this is purely coming from someone who I'd argue I'm more of a... I do a bit of the other stuff, but I would say I'm more of a creative producer. Like, who, like, just from a conceptual level gets a project up and running, especially on, obviously, this forum. I would say it's tenacity. You need tenacity to get the job done at sometimes any cost. You've got to sometimes do hard things, but I'd argue that's tenacity. You've got to just have complete resilience to get it done.
Matthew, that's a big word. I'm from Washington. I don't know those big words.
You defend yourself all the time for that.
Yeah, Washington's not a bad place, but that's a big word.
All right, okay. Now it's time to move on to our game. Woo!
Woo!
Right. Here we go. Who put in the shift?
Oh dear.
Right. Here we go. So, how to play. There are 10 films released in the last 10 years. Debate whether you think the producer or the director put in the most effort.
Ooh. Okay. Oh, great. There's no right or wrong answer. Great. So I don't look like a tit.
Here we go.
Can I just say, right, I've never seen this film.
Oppenheimer, number 1. I've got to translate because they can't see this.
This came out on my birthday and I went and watched Barbie instead. I don't want to hear your opinions about Barbie.
What do you mean? I've got no
That
opinions.
sigh spoke for itself.
What do you mean? I've never seen it.
You've never seen Barbie?
No.
Yes, you have. Don't lie to yourself. See?
Did that film even happen?
Yes.
I swear everyone just thought, like, I swear it was just a fever dream. Did that even happen?
It did, because I wore a pink top and it was my 18th birthday and I went and seen it with my mum.
I swear I just had a dream and, like, Ryan Gosling was just dancing on the stage in the Oscars just singing for some reason. I have no idea why.
Generally, Ryan Gosling is one of my favourite individuals on this planet. I think he is mint.
You might be one of the only ones, because it seems every film he's in doesn't make a lot of money, except for that one.
The Notebook was one of the most incredible films I've ever watched.
No, it might be, but...
La La Land, are you joking?
It might be, but I'm serious. He's like, he's not good for the box office.
I don't care about the box office. Have you seen La La Land?
The producers do.
Yes, but I didn't produce those films, so I'm not really too bothered.
Right, okay. It's obviously infamous that kind of Nolan is kind of the baby of his...
Yeah.
What? No. The films are his babies,
He is the
essentially.
baby of the film, yeah.
I think it's his wife, yes, who produces it with him.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I believe that's the case. I might be wrong, but I think that's right. So yeah, in this case, yes, I would say the producer. Yeah, because again, he casts.
Yeah.
So I do think the producer is. But yeah, to be fair, obviously him directing, it's the biggest selling point.
Yeah.
So it's very much a toss-up, I would say, with that one. Yeah. Okay, number 2.
Oh my Christ!
June 2021, and then let's say by extension part 2 from last year.
I watched actually, I'll tell a lie. I watched half of the first one.
Yeah.
I only watch it for Timothy Chalamet, I can't lie.
Very interesting. Okay. The thing is interesting because Villeneuve, now according to this, produced it as well. I don't know. I think his prowess creatively has done a lot for those films.
Yeah.
I would say Villeneuve is probably the most important part of this, but he's also produced it as well. It says here. So again, it's a bit. Of a
well, it's a bit
one.
of both then.
Yeah, but I would say the director's the heavy one on this.
Yeah.
Whereas I don't know. I think it's a toss up with Oppenheimer, but I think the director is the most prominent thing here. I would argue, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Matthew, was this just a fever dream or was it an actual film?
Number 3,
Riddle
Barbie,
me that one.
2023.
I love Greta Gerwig. Margot Robbie.
Okay, so Greta didn't even produce it.
No.
Do you know what? Okay, all right, okay. What are we saying here? Are we saying what's again? Who put in a shift, or are we saying who's responsible for the success? Like, because if we're going off success, and to be fair, who put in a shift? I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna give it to Margot.
Yeah, she bought Ryan Gosling presents every day, so he would beat Ken. So absolutely.
I think as also as well, and this is why I'm gonna be that guy. The reason why she's responsible for this is because she's the one that when Warner Brothers people, no, Universal's people, and Nolan's people called them up and said, "I'm sorry, why have you put the film down on this day? We need to sort something out." She stood her ground and went, "No, you move."
As she should.
To Nolan.
As she should.
And it's not just an aggressive move. If she didn't do that, Barbenheimer would never have happened.
Yeah.
And I will also say, and this is a bold statement, I don't think Barbie would have made $1 million.
That's bold.
Especially Oppenheimer wouldn't have done as well. Oppenheimer would have done at least $200 million less, if not 3.
Yeah.
But I don't think Barbie would have made $1 billion. I think it would have come close, 800, 900.
Yeah.
I don't think it would have made $1 billion. It was the biggest movie of 23.
I went and watched the Barbie film 3 times.
But yeah, cool. 4, we'll pick up.
Oh,
Top
there
Gun
he
Maverick.
is.
Very apt. You're like, it's almost like you didn't see this. Like you just saw this coming somehow.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Again, I think the producers.
Yeah, Cruise. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Cruise
100%
on this one.
100%.
Right. Oh, interesting. The Batman.
Oh, I did actually watch this.
Dylan Clark and Simon Emanuel for producers, but Matt Reeves. I don't know.
I think the director. I don't actually. There's no right or wrong answers, to be honest.
Again, how much hand did Matt Reeves have in casting Pattinson? Because if that's the producer's job, that's the lifeblood of the entire trilogy.
Yeah, or maybe the producers. Then.
I'm gonna go on now. I'm gonna assume the producers had more of a hand in casting. I'm gonna say it's the producers.
Yeah, producers.
Everything again. We brought this up again today as well. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Number 6.
Never seen it.
Oh wow. Joe and Anthony Russo, who by the way, like Infinity War and Endgame directors.
Them the two then. 100%.
Do you know what? Yeah.
Yeah,
I am gonna say them, but also say A24 is probably a massive part of it. By the way, I'll also say that they're magnificent.
Oh, there he is.
No Way Home. John Watts, Kevin Feige, and Amy Pascal. I'm sorry, I'd say this for any Marvel film. I think the producer.
Yeah.
I think it is. I'd say it for any Marvel film. Right, The Irishman.
Never watched
Scorsese.
it.
Even though it says he partly produced on this, and so did Robert De Niro. I do think, I think Scorsese.
Yeah.
I think with what you would consider auteur filmmakers, which I'd say the same as the concept of the movie star, I think is dying.
Yeah.
I think in terms of auteur filmmakers, I'd say any kind of instance like that, I'd say it's the filmmaker.
Mm.
And same with this. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, number 9. What do you think? Tarantino? Oh, it's got to be.
Yeah.
Like if there's any auteur you could say who was the driving force of their films, I'd say Tarantino over than anything we've talked about today. Right, last one. Mad Max Fury Road, 2015. 10 years this year. George Miller, director, and then George Miller and Doug Mitchell as producers. I think it's so interesting. We're seeing a lot of these films that like have heavy association with the director from director George Miller, and they also produce on it. I'm noticing a trend here.
You could say producers, and
it's a sense of
both. To be fair,
yeah. I honestly, I think it's a sense of ownership about it. Yeah, but no,
Yeah.
cool. And then, yes, Finn. We're there again. Finn, that's the end of the game.
Woo.
Right, have you had fun?
I have, yeah.
Wonderful.
I have. I've had a good yap,
Yep.
which I am mint at.
And then, and other than any producing skill, yapping is the most important one. That's what we've learned to do.
Oh,
You've got to be able to
absolutely.
yap and convince people very well.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And I can do that quite well. So
Like I'm being
fine.
very successful in convincing everybody I'm a good person, and it's going swell.
I thought you were saying that about me then.
Wonderful. Okie dokie. Right. That will do it for today, guys. Thank you for listening and watching. I've been Matthew, and this has been Jordan.
Hello. Hello, goodbye.
Goodbye. And that will do it for today. This has been the BWN podcast. We will see you next time. Goodbye.